Hello, now I would like to share our BEFIL filing in English, alright? So, what is BEFIL? Before we begin, usually there are many people, they want to do all sorts of different things which is exciting in their life. So like what? Rule the sky, conquer the mountain, rediscover the romance and make the history. But that provided we have a strong and healthy heart. Unfortunately, there are many people, they don't have a healthy heart. So what are the factors that can lead to an unhealthy heart? There are a couple of them. One, aging. So every year there are average of 1% of fats that will accumulate in our blood vessel. So as we grow older, then there will be more and more fats accumulate in our blood vessel. And secondly, there will be high lipids and high cholesterol, meaning to say it's mainly due to our diet, because you can see the statistic here, every 1 in 2 Malaysians suffer from high cholesterol. That is actually being reported by New Straits Times in 6th of June 2016. And number 3, high blood pressure. Every 1 in 3 Malaysians suffers from high blood pressure. Again, it is being reported by New Straits Times in 6th of June in 2016. And there are now a lot of people being under stress, work stress, family stress, which includes of fear, anxiety, depression. Yeah, nowadays I get a lot of people getting depression, stress, and which can cause the blood vessel to constrict. Alright, so, and number 5, which what I mentioned just now, unhealthy eating habit. There are too much of fast food and processed food in now modern diet. So you look around and all sorts of different fast food and processed food are around. And number 6, unhealthy lifestyle. So now it's very, very common for people to have smoking, drinking as their social in their social life. So it also a key cause of unhealthy hearts. So all these factors, it will eventually, of course, some people they say, oh, I'm alright, even I'm smoking, even I'm having this high cholesterol, you see, but they don't get it. After 10-20 years, what it will lead into, or 20-30 years down the hill, what will happen is the blood get thickened and the plaque start to accumulate within the vessel, especially at the wall of the vessel. So what it become is the blood vessel, once it get accumulated, the blood vessel become less pliable, means getting harder, narrower. And when it gets harder and all the plaque being accumulated at the wall of the blood vessel, the blood pressure gets higher. Why? It's because our heart need to pump harder in order for all this red blood cell to go through the narrower blood vessel. So eventually it causes the injury to our endothelium cell. What is endothelium cell? Endothelium cell is actually the cell within our normal blood vessel wall. Okay, so that's why it's very important. And all these things will eventually cause our heart to need to work harder and yet have a poorer blood circulation. Okay, when these things happen, and especially when it happen in our brain, what will happen? We will gradually having a memory decline, headache, or even migraine. Sometimes they have fainting spells, and eventually the worst case will be we will have the stroke. And when we have the poor blood circulation in our heart, usually the symptom we get will be chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness, and worst case, of course, we might get heart diseases. And in order to rectify this problem in modern medicine, what we do is actually bypass surgery or even endoplasty surgery, right? Which either of them will be very risky and also very costly. Okay. And when the poor blood circulation happens in our reproductive system, then usually we have erectile dysfunction and also unfulfilling sexual life and low libido. So bear in mind that this is not only happening to the guy, also it may happen to our female friends. So when it happens to our female friend, then those women might have a low libido, okay, and it becomes a unfulfilling sexual life. Okay, when the poor blood circulation happens in our microcirculation, what does microcirculation means? Means at our extremity, means at our both hand and our both leg. Okay, when it happens in our microcirculation, then we have cold hands and feet, and at the same time we might get even worse numbness of the limbs and also limb weakness. Okay, so this is the outcome. This is what happens when we have poor blood circulation. And how do we actually can reverse it? Can we reverse this problem? Yes, we could, provided that we do all these things. Okay, so what can we do? We need to change our lifestyle. We need to have our regular exercise. Regular means we need to have at least 3 times a week, minimum 3 times a week, and each time we need to have at least about 30 minutes of exercise, which can cause us sweat, can cause us breathe vigorously, and at the same time we need to have a healthy diet. When we talk about healthy diet, means that at least nowadays I'm saying this, at least one of the meal we have 2 to 3 types of veg and fruits in our diet, and also our healthy daily routine: sleep early and wake up early. All right, so, and at the same time, besides doing this, we need to plus our 360 degree of heart health formulation. So it is a natural health supplement which being under the consultation of our Nobel Prize winner in medicine, Dr. Farid Murad, who has actually won his Nobel Prize in 1998 on the discovery of the nitric oxide. He is also an associate chairman of the Department of Medicine in Stanford University, former director of Institute of Molecular Medicine in University of Texas. So, and also he is an author and co-author for more than 400 medical and science articles. And of course, more importantly, I would like to stress again, he is our consultation for this 360 degree heart health formulation, which is our BEFIL. Okay, so this is the award that he has been winning for all his life. You can see that there are really many remarkable awards that he has won. And of course, I would like to stress again, the most important award that he has been awarded will be in 1998. He received Nobel Prize in Medicine on the discovery concerning nitric oxide as a signaling molecule in our cardiovascular system. So whatever he has discovered is already been worldwide recognized. Okay, under his consultation, we have come out with our BEFIL, and this is the ingredient for our BEFIL. So the first ingredient will be L-arginine. L-arginine, it helps us to cleanse the blood vessel. I'll talk about more detail later on. And the second ingredient will be our tomato extract, which helps us to smoothen our blood flow. And the third ingredient will be the CoQ10, which is our cardio bioenergetics. And of course, last but not least will be our antioxidant effects, which mainly from beetroots and pomegranates. And now I would like to talk about the detail of the function of each ingredient. The first ingredient will be L-arginine. As I mentioned just now, it not only helps us to cleanse the blood vessel, it also helps us to dilate the blood vessel. It helps to dissolve the plaque. Like I mentioned just now, whatever plaques that has been stuck at the wall of the blood vessel, it helps to dissolve. And at the same time, it helps us to prevent the future plaque formation, and it helps to keep our blood vessel pliable and elastic. So usually when I talk about this, there are many people who like to ask, so if let's say there's someone already wanted to go for angioplasty or even bypass, do they suitable for to drink BEFIL? Yes. Why? The reason of why is because it helps us to keep our blood vessel pliable and elastic. So let's say if the person even have to go for the surgery, they need to drink it, because in order for to make sure when they go to the hospital, they go to the operation theater, during the operation will go smoothly without the operation have to burst have to burst their blood vessel. So it is very important to keep the blood vessel elastic. Okay, so the second ingredient will be this tomato extract. So what it does is actually helping us to maintain the healthy platelet aggregation. As all of us know, platelet is helping us to heal the wound, to close up our wound. So that is outside of our skin. So what happens is, when inside our blood vessel, platelet might be the culprit of the formation of the blood plaque within our blood vessel. So with the tomato extract, it helps us to maintain the healthy platelet aggregation, so that it won't become aggregated or it become a clump at simply at the wall of the blood vessel. And it helps us to boost and maintain the healthy blood flow. At the same time, it helps us to regulate the healthy blood pressure. And the third ingredient will be Coenzyme Q10, and it is also a very well-known, worldwide recognized ingredient to help us to fuel our cardiac muscle, improve our cardiac muscle function, and of course it promotes the healthy heart functions. And last but not least is the antioxidant agent, which is our beetroot and pomegranates. The reason why with these beetroots and pomegranates is because it is a very strong antioxidant to combat the free radical within our body. So it can protect the nitric oxide against the oxidative destruction, so that the NO can do whatever they needed to help us to cleanse the blood vessel and keeps our blood vessel become elastic. Okay, it also helps us to inhibit oxidation of the bad cholesterol, meaning the more we consume, the lesser the bad cholesterol will be to stay in our body. And it also to help to protect our endothelial cell and inhibits the vascular damage. So again, remember, endothelial cell is the cell that within our blood vessel wall. So again, when we look through the whole list of the ingredient again, the first ingredient, it helps us to maintain a very healthy blood vessel. Second, the tomato extract, it helps us to have a blood flow. And the third ingredient helps us to have a very strong heart to pump the blood to all over the body. And the last but not least, the antioxidant agent help us to maintain the good function of L-arginine, so that it won't get so that the NO doesn't have to combat with the free radical. They can do their job to protect the L-arginine, to protect the nitric oxide. So that is the reason why we call it 360 heart health formulation. Okay, so it is not what I say only. It is actually from the professional. They have done their clinical studies. So the third uniqueness of BEFIL is actually very high purity. So it is up to 99% of purity, which is already considered pharmaceutical grade. So you can see here, pharmaceutical grade ingredients are produced in a manner to obtain the purest form must exceed 98.5% of purity of the nutrient and ensure the maximum absorption. So it is not easy to have this 99% grade. So it needs to be conformed to the US Pharmacopoeia and European Pharmacopoeia standards. Alright, so high concentration meaning more L-arginine, and eventually it will produce higher nitric oxide. Number 4, with the clinical proven, L-arginine has been clinically proven to help to improve the endothelium dependent dilation, means it helps to dilate our blood vessel up to 2 times. Alright, so tomato extract, it helps to reduce the platelet aggregation in 97% of subjects. This is a really high statistic. Why? Because 97% means out of 100 of patients, let's say, there are actually 97% of subjects having a very positive, good result, good outcome. And secondly, the tomato extract also helps to reduce the high blood pressure, in which systolic blood pressure by 57%, diastolic blood pressure by 27% as compared to placebo. Number 5, the fifth uniqueness will be it is 100% imported from USA. So it is very high quality product, and it is packed and imported all the way from USA. So who needs it to improve which part of our body? Yes, the health benefit of BEFIL, it helps with our cardiovascular health, meaning it promotes the blood circulation and maintain the normal blood pressure, protects our heart, reduce the burden of the heart, and also it helps us with our brain health. It ensures that brain obtains enough of oxygen, nutrients, and it helps us to improve the memory and cognitive functions. It helps to reduce the risk to get Alzheimer's, and also the risk of getting stroke. And of course, it helps us to improve intimacy, improve the erectile dysfunction, and also it helps us to improve the intimate relationship. And at the same time, it helps us to enhance our vitality, boost our cell activity, and at the same time, it increases the secretion of human growth hormone to maintain the youthfulness. Okay, so like I mentioned just now, in this page, Dr. Ferry Murat has been the author and the co-author of more than 400 medical and science articles. So these are the references that Dr. Ferry Murat has been author or co-author on, and what we have collected is only 72 here, and there are much more now already. I believe more than 500 already. So whoever that have a curious, or who actually have an inquiry or question about what BEFIL is, they can actually check on whatever Dr. Ferry Murat has been in the research. Okay, and that is our BEFIL filing. So stay tuned. I'll continue the explanation for other product. Thank you.